Welcome back to Wave Listens Live, and here's a question for you. Are concerns over bathroom breaks causing your travel plans to take a back seat? We have Dr. David Wilkinson, a urologist, joining us here on the show today to discuss BPH. It's a common men's health condition, also revealing some new survey results surrounding men with BPH symptoms. And I want to welcome you here to Listens Live, and thanks for joining us, Dr. Wilkinson.
It's my pleasure. Thanks for having me, Brian.
Let's start with the basics for folks who don't know, aren't familiar with BPH, what it is, and what are some of those symptoms?
Sure. BPH stands for benign prostatic hyperplasia. Lots of big words. Essentially what it is overgrowth of normal cells in the prostate, and that leads to narrowing of the urine channel that runs through the prostate from the bladder. That causes us to have a lot more urinary symptoms, including frequent urination, urgent urination, and getting up more at night to urinate. And in the survey we did for summer travel, 43% of our men said that that their travel would be affected by how often they were going for bathroom breaks. 33% of those guys said they didn't enjoy road trips as much anymore, and 25% of those guys based their route on knowing where bathrooms were. So when we get to the point where we're planning our trips based on where bathrooms are, it's time for us to seek help because if left untreated, BPH actually can lead to permanent bladder damage.
I wanted to talk to you. You mentioned here about how it obviously would impact a road trip and making stops in a car, but these survey results probably release a lot of information to somebody like yourself, somebody who's been in this field for so long, about how this condition really does impact someone's overall quality of life.
Yeah, it really does. So I would tell you that when you look at men who are treated for BPH, about 50% of them are on medication. 65% of those guys would prefer not to be on medication because of the potential side effects or the side effects that they're having from them. Those side effects from medications that we use to treat this condition can include cardiac failure, can include a risk of dementia, and so they're not small risks. We now have a proven minimally invasive treatment called the UroLift system that can be done outpatient, even in an office. Most patients don't require a catheter. It's a rapid recovery, rapid return to work in normal life, and it's the only procedure that we do for this condition that carries no risk of sexual side effects, Brian.
I was going to say this UroLift system sounds like a great option and procedure for a lot of different men. How is it so different from some of the other treatments and other medications, surgeries? Obviously, there's so many concerns when people start to look into what are the different ways I can go about this. This seems to be such a great option.
Yeah. So previously, all treatments to open up the prostate destroyed tissue in one way or another: heat, laser, microwave, or removing tissue. UroLift just moves tissue. We move tissue out of the way and we pin it out of the way in a very non-invasive fashion. That immediately opens the urine channel, and then over time we get further shrinkage of the prostate from those implants that we leave behind, and that gives us long-term durability, 5+ years of symptoms gone.
Obviously, some people probably wait a long time to seek treatment for something like this. Would you have any words of wisdom to somebody who's been on the fence about getting this problem looked at by a professional, by a urologist such as yourself, to let them know, hey, now is the time?
Absolutely. Absolutely. So men are notorious for waiting too long and writing this off to just part of normal aging. It's not a part of normal aging. This is fixable. It's very treatable without side effects now, and it's really not going to put you on the sidelines for long, and it's not going to affect your performance in the bedroom. So I would tell you that waiting is a recipe for bladder damage. Waiting too long, the bladder can be damaged, and it may be irreversible. The sooner we take care of these symptoms, the faster the bladder recovers, and the better the patient will do. So patients can go to urolift.com, that's UROLIFT.com. They can fill out a urinary score. They can see where that score ranks, mild, moderate, or severe symptoms. They can then use that same website to find a urologist in their area that does this procedure and to schedule an appointment, discuss their symptoms, and have an honest conversation about options and how to do better than they're doing, how to get rid of these symptoms.
It's that easy, www.urolift.com. Dr. David Wilkinson, I want to thank you so much for joining us and giving all of this important information to our viewers here in Louisville, Kentucky today.
Thank you so much for your time, Brian. I appreciate it.
All right, stay with us here on Listens Live. We've got much more coming your way next.